Welcome back to Butterfly Effect Tarot. Today's topic is, what is your flirting style? How do you flirt with others? There are three piles. The timestamps for each pile will be in the description box in the comment section below. If the readings resonate, please feel free to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section. I thank you for clicking on this video and all the continued support that I've received from everyone. It's overwhelmingly amazing, and I will continue to thank you guys for it. I want to give a shout out to Shitra Moon Tarot for the topic today because she posted a video on her channel that inspired this specific video. So definitely head over to her channel if you haven't and check that video out as well. If you're interested, you can also return to my channel for other topics and readings and other videos. And other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get into each one of your readings in this video. Welcome to your reading pile one regarding how do you flirt with others? What is your flirting style? I generally pull 5 cards for my readings, but 6 came out for you. So I'm going to identify the 6 that came out and then we're going to get into your reading. So the first card out for you is the 7 of Pentacles. It is followed by the Chariot card, which is followed by the 8 of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Pentacles. The card after that is the Death card. The 6th and final card out for you is the Lovers. Bottom of the deck energy, King of Pentacles. So number one, you may have very high standards, right? In terms of what you're attracted to and the individuals that you would be willing to flirt with, or at the very least, maybe people see you as someone that should have high standards or that does. However, your flirting style is you either one, you do not flirt, like you're a person who allows people to come to you and they have to put in the investment, or if you do flirt, it takes a lot. It takes a specific type of person, a specific type of attraction for you to even engage in flirting. And even then, you're someone who may flirt by dropping subtle hints for the other person, like little droplets of investments that they would have to capitalize on. And I get that because right now you're kind of coming across as someone, or this could be you overall, but you're coming across as someone who is very focused on yourself, your money, your wealth, and the people around you that rely on you. With all this Pentacles energy out here, you're probably someone that's maybe building a business, or you're maybe focused on moving up in your company or college or something like that. Especially with the King of Pentacles at the bottom, you are someone that comes across as well put together and someone who has basically a lot of responsibilities that they have to focus on. So maybe people see you as maybe disinterested. So when there are people that are attracted to you, perhaps your detachment, your lack of interest or the lack of interest that you show, because this energy would suggest you're very reserved and stoic. So maybe you're not a person that's easy to read. And that disinterest is your flirting style. The fact that you're so focused on yourself, you're so focused on your business and responsibilities, it kind of draws energy to you. And maybe obviously that's not intentional, but that would be your style of flirting, is being kind of detached into yourself and just being structured and routine and taking care of building, your own empire. And obviously you would have high standards because someone else would have to match that energy and be mature and stable and loyal and faithful, and someone that's not willing to deter you off of your path. Now, with the Death card and the Lovers out here, maybe you're so focused on your business right now and not overly focused on flirting with others or initiating a flirtatious interaction with others, or you're cautious about it when you do it, is because you've had past relationships or a specific past relationship that ended pretty bad and put you in a very bad place, and it may have took you off of your path. So you kind of repurposed, and right now you're probably not really overly interested in pursuing others. You may be open to connections, right? If the right person comes along, and you may be willing to invest a small trinket of a flirt, little hints to kind of open the door for them. But I'm not getting the vibe that you're someone who actually pursues others. You're not really someone that takes the action. And if you do put out, again, subtle hints to draw them in, it's not anything that's intense and passionate and deeply focused. Your energy is very deeply focused on your responsibilities, but that is working for you because it makes people see, and people can more than likely see that you have high standards, and so now it draws in people who wants to live up to those standards and be perceived as important to you, so that the level of intense focused and investment you're putting in yourself and the things that matter to you, you would be willing to put into them. So people want, the reason that people are drawn in, even though you're not very flirtatious, is because they want you to flirt with them. They want to be they want you to see them as important as everything else in your life, so that you would even be willing to invest in them. You could have an energy of someone that is hard to get, and that would be your flirtation style. You're not easy to get. It's not easy to get your attention because you have so much going for yourself. You have so many responsibilities and so much that you're working on and building and so many goals that you're not really overly focused on putting your energy elsewhere. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which means right now you're enjoying the fruits of your labor of where you've built up to this point. And then with the Chariot going into the Eight of Pentacles, you are still, even while enjoying your, kind of peace and what you've built up and your accomplishments, you're still building even more. And then you show up as the King of Pentacles. So you have a lot going for yourself. As a Knight of Pentacles is also slow moving energy, which also comes out after the Eight of Pentacles, which means that you take your time. So even if you see someone that you want to flirt with or engage in that way, it might take some time. Like, you would have to observe this person and watch this person and kind of get to know certain aspects of this person to figure out if they are even worth the investment and time that it would take to engage with them on that level. Your standards are probably pretty high, even if you don't think so, right? But rightfully so. With this kind of energy, you may have a lot to lose, or it may have taken you a while to build up, because Pentacles is slow moving energy. So to show up as a King of Pentacles energy at the bottom of the deck, no matter if you're male or female, um, it may have taken you a while to get here, especially if there was some sort of a connection that threw you off or caused you to repurpose. So in your mind, you're probably thinking, well, in the past connections or a connection has thrown me off. So now that I've gotten to this point, I don't want anything or anyone else to come in to take my focus or distract me or throw me off of my routines and my productivity. I've worked too hard for this. I don't want to lose it, or, lose my focus and then not continue to grow. Okay. So your flirting style is your disinterest. Even if you're interested in a person, I don't think you show it, right? Or you don't show it a lot. You may give a slight smile, or you may, give like a charming look, but I don't think you're someone that is very obvious when you flirt. People have to kind of be willing to take the risk to approach you if they want to, if they're attracted to you. And more than likely they are, because this is a lot of energy, especially with the lovers out here. You could be magnetic, right? That could be a very magnetic energy. It's a very sexual energy. And people are very intensely attracted to you, especially because with all this pentacle energy, you're a catch, right? Not just because of your wealth and abundance, but because you're responsible, you're hardworking, you're more than likely loyal and faithful, and you take the things and the people around you very serious. You're willing to invest and grow and build. And that's not necessarily easy to find in this day and age. So people see you as a catch. You're more than likely very attractive, but you do not engage on that level. You very rarely do. And if you do engage, you are not very forthcoming, right? That you take time to move into connections. You take time to get to know people. You take time to see if people are worth flirting with. And then you take time to see if they're worth pursuing or engaging with even after you flirt with them. So your flirting style is, you're reserved. Your flirting style is, you're detached. Your flirting style is, you kind of sit on your throne as the King of Pentacles and you wait for people to come to you and see who's worth the investment. So again, I'm not getting that you're someone who's very flirty. You could be with the lover's energy and this King of Pentacles energy being charming and everything. You could be great at flirting, but you're someone where you don't flirt a lot. Someone has to really live up to your standards and really feel like they're worth that time for you to get off of that throne to even consider giving them, that type of consideration for banter, or talking about dating them. And that is basically your flirting style, which is very interesting. If this resonated, let me know. This is so interesting to me. Your disinterest draws people in. It's like people want to earn you, which would make sense because you're hardworking with all these pentacle energies and you've earned a lot for yourself and you put a lot of energy into earning everything you have. So when people see you, they see you as high valued. You're coming across as high valued. So people feel like they have to earn you. So people may feel like you should not have to flirt with them. People may feel like they don't deserve for you to flirt with them. And if you have ever flirted with anyone, or if you do take the time to, I think people, even if they don't show it, they're very surprised that you've chosen to flirt with them because they may see you again as a high value person. So I think people realize that you are more or less likely worth the risk, whether you give them the bait or whether you're willing to, open the door for them to come in and communicate with you, or have a little playful fun. They don't think that you need to flirt. You just, your energy feels very royal in a way. And if it resonates, let me know. But this feels like a very royal energy, especially with all this pentacles and the king of pentacles out here, the chariot. This feels like a very royal, high valued, you know, choosy energy. You're very choosy, you're picky, you're a picky lover. And that could also be why you don't flirt a lot, because you have to really dissect, analyze, study, learn, build, and develop a desire, an attraction, or a reason to want to even talk to a person on a romantic level. Okay. And obviously, people see that you have a right to feel that way. So that's what I'm getting for you. If that resonated, please feel free to like, subscribe, let me know in the comment section. If you're interested, you can return to the channel for other videos on other readings and other topics. But other than that, thank you. Welcome to your reading pile 2 regarding how do you flirt with others? What is your style of flirting? I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards for you. I'm going to identify the cards and then we're going to get into your reading. So the first card out for you is the Seven of Swords. It is followed by the Moon card, which is followed by the Two of Wands, and then the Strength card. The fifth and final card out for you is the Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck energy is the Ace of Wands. So your style of flirting and the way you flirt with others is in a very siren energy type of way. This is kind of giving me almost femme fatale. Um, I'm really surprised the Queen of Wands didn't come out, but she didn't. But with the Two of Wands and the Strength card and the Ace of Wands at the bottom, that's enough energy for me to kind of express this to you. So with the Seven of Swords going into the Moon card, you are someone who likes to flirt in a very mysterious, sneaky way, right? So, for example, you could be in a club with someone that you focus on, and that's who you want to flirt with, or that's who you're attracted to. They could be across the room with their group of friends. You could be across the room with your group of friends, and you might like to perhaps be the type of person that might send a certain look and like hold their gaze for a bit, but with a level of intensity. Like you may speak to them with your eyes, with the level of intensity in your eyes, for example. In a sense, you kind of like to challenge the other person, but you do it in a way where others around you are not necessarily aware of it. Only you and the other person are. So it's almost like you send a message, but you do it in a very subtle way. And then you send a challenge. Okay, so you like to kind of maybe go exchange back and forth energy with a person, whether this be verbally or with energy. But I'm specifically getting you like to use your energy and like your body language and your aura to kind of attract someone, to like flirt with someone. So, for example, if you're walking past a person that you're flirting with or that you want to flirt with, you might do something like gently rub up against them, right? Or you may put yourself in a position where there's not a lot of room for you to get through. So then you may have to like graze their arm with yours, or you may have to do something where you have to get into such a close proximity with them that they're able to smell your perfume and kind of see the curves of your body, or show off, your neck, something very sensual, right? It could be like even maybe walking past them and maybe gently like blowing on their neck in a very underhanded way where no one else knows. Okay, so it's almost like your energy can come across as casual and innocent in a way to others. Even if they're picking up on this energy, I don't think they know just quite how intense the energy is that you and the other person are exchanging. Like you two feel the magnitude of this energy with each other. And you're exchanging it, and you like You like to keep the power over the exchange of energy when you're flirting with others. You like for them to challenge you back. You like to kind of go and see who can take one step further to send the next message. Or if you're communicating, it'll be like a sensual banter, like the tone and the sultry and seductiveness of your tone, or the topic is very sensual, or you like to kind of be risky in the open, but in a clever, underhanded way. Because Seven of Swords is very sneaky, kind of calculated energy. It's like doing something and getting away with it. So where you're doing it and you're getting away with it, but everyone else around you are unaware. With the moon energy, when you first send this siren call to the other person, perhaps they could be caught off guard, or they could be questioning their own intuition in whether or not you're actually sending this to them and whether or not they're actually picking up the right energy. Because number one, it's so sneaky and underhanded that it's not immediately direct. And with the moon energy, it's kind of hidden and it creates an illusion. So maybe they may be thinking that the energy they're picking up from you is in their head, right? But with this Two of Wands energy and this Strength card, you make it known, right? You're going to make sure that they feel this energy and that they're picking up on this challenge and this siren call, and you're waiting for them to accept that challenge. It's kind of giving like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but without the extreme action and everything. It's just the energy exchange, the back and forth of trying to one up each other, maybe with words or with your with the little clever movements. Like if you're sitting in the same group and you're at a table or you're in a club or somewhere, you might do something like put your foot under there and maybe like graze their legs with your foot, or they may kneel down to pick something up and then coming back up, they may graze, your leg or your thigh, or you may gently rub your fingers over their thigh, like little stuff like that. Like it seems so small and subtle because with the strength card, this is a passionate card, but it's like a subtle power, right? So it seems so subtle. It's like small gestures, small looks, um, words and energy, but it seems very innocent and very casual, but you two can feel, you and the other person can feel the magnitude of the passion and the energy that you're expressing to each other. And that's the way you like it, because the risk of it, the different risk factors that you take, it kind of heightens the experience for you. You like that push and pull energy. You like that power play with the other person in a good way, though. You like to build up the attraction, build up the attention by doing and saying little things and doing it in front of other people. So it's like playful. You like to play with the other person in a very sensual and almost risky way, and you get off on that. With the Two of Wands coming out, to me, especially in this type of reading, that's a passionate connection between two people in this dynamic. So again, you like that passionate connection. So maybe if a person is more intimidated by you, or they can't banter or go back and forth with you in that way, you may kind of move on to a different person, or you may just not, take the challenge with that person because you like the power play. You like someone that can match your level of power and your level of sensual and kind of sultry risk factor dynamics. You love that. You love for someone to exchange sensual, sultry looks across the room with you and kind of talk to you with their eyes. You like for people to do stuff like maybe walk past you, and if it's a person that you're flirting with, obviously, to walk past you and like graze maybe your lower back, or kind of graze your arm, or kind of be real close to you, and maybe you could feel maybe their breath on your neck, or just watching them watch you and observe and take in every facet of you. Like you get off on that exchange of power, that exchange of passion, that exchange of mutual interest and mutual attraction. It's just so sexy. Yeah, I am so shocked the Queen of Wands is not out here, because this is a very seductive energy. You may be very seductive. You may have very intense seductive eyes, and that's why you are able to um basically relate and translate this siren energy so effectively, because your eyes tell the story for you. Okay, and then with the Seven of Wands at the end, that's a card of challenge. Again, it's a card of challenge, and it's a card of having control. So you like to challenge the other person when flirting, and you like to have them respond to the challenge. But again, you like having that power over the whole dynamic. You like having the power to control the level of heightened um energy this person feels for you. You like knowing that you're maybe turning someone on or arousing them in a way and that you can control the highs and lows of what they're feeling. You get off on that power play. And then you like for them to try with you, but no matter who tries you or where you are, you know your power. You have to with this type of focused energy. You know your power, so no matter how many times they try to one up you, you're always going to one up them even better because you exude this aura, this passion, this fiery, seductive, sultry energy. And I think that you like to feed off of that back and forth challenge and you like to know that the other person is feeding off of it. I think that this is just something that fuels you. With the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, that's a card of sexuality and sensuality. It's like the start of a new passionate connection. So remember, like I said, you like to build. So for example, whether you're meaning to be intimate with this person at the end of the day or not, you like to build up people's arousal. You like to know that you are, turning this person on. You like to know that you have power over this person's attraction to you and over their emotions and over the way that they are feeling and the way that they're responding to you. You feed off of this energy. It is so, it kind of almost gives like a succubus energy in a way, but not in like a conniving or a negative way or in a toxic way. It kind of gives succubus energy in a very demure but heightened way, like in a very, your intentions are not necessarily negative. You just like the playful banter. Whether you intend to move forward with this person or not, you love this type of exchange. So you actually, your flirting style is probably one that I think that with this kind of energy, you could be perceived as someone that's like a playgirl, right? So maybe people, even when they're challenging you, people might be intimidated by this powerful energy they feel from you. People may be intimidated by it. I don't think it's going to scare off a lot of them because some of them are maybe going to want to go back and forth with you and accept the challenge to see how far it goes and see how far you're willing to take it or see how far you're willing to allow them to take it or to see if they can actually one up you and kind of push you, more to the limits than them. But I do think that this is more, it could also be a situation where you like this challenge to go one up each other and see who can push who to make the first move, right? It will you make the first move? Will they drive you insane to the point of wanting them more, or will, vice versa? So you could also flirt with the intention of being with a person, right? So you may only target people that you know you want to be intimate with, or will kind of feed your desire for that exchange. You probably are able to pinpoint exactly who will match this energy with you. You can more than likely read energy well with this kind of power and intuition, especially with the moon card coming out here and the strength card being a card of focused intention and power. Yeah, you are probably very intuitive and you are probably very sexy. Even if you don't see it, you may exude such a sensual aura that I think it may draw people in, who may not even people who are intimidated by your energy, I think are drawn in. I don't know if they would necessarily accept the challenge. Some may, like I said, to see how far it can go or how long they can hang with you back and forth. But either way, I think you have a very fun and fiery, spicy kind of way of flirting. It's so erotic in a way, especially where you like to be in a room full of people and no one knows. You love that. I think this is very sexy. Like this would be fun to engage in. No matter if you have intentions to be with the person, like intimately or not, this would just be a fun energy to like fill the evening with. It's different, intense sensual exchanges of looks, like lightly grazing each other, intentionally putting, yourselves in the same, close proximity with each other to maybe whisper, like little, innuendos. If it's a conversation, like I said, this could be a conversation with sensual tones or topics, or you might like to say things in a way where the other person gets the message, but everyone else around you is kind of maybe lost or they're picking up something different. I love this. This is so sexy. But I'm going to leave your reading there. If it resonates, please feel free to like, subscribe, let me know in the comments. And if you're interested, you can return to the channel for other topics on other readings. Thank you. Welcome to your reading pile 3 regarding how do you flirt with others with your flirtation style. I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards for you. We're going to go ahead and identify the cards that came out and we're going to get into your reading. So the first card I'll for you is the Empress. The following card is the Page of Pentacles, which is then followed by the Queen of Swords, which is then followed by the Ace of Wands. The fifth and final card out for you is the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck energy, Two of Cups. So your flirtation style is coming through as your intellect, the way you communicate. So you could be someone with this Queen of Swords going into this Ace of Wands. You could be someone that you know the right words to say, the right tone to use, the right energy to give, even the right topics to kind of delve into when you're trying to flirt with someone or draw in their attention. And with the Queen of Wands going into this, the Queen of Swords going into this Ace of Wands energy, it gives the implication that you know how to communicate with people. And it could be a deep conversation or even a casual conversation, but maybe you know how to line it with like an undercurrent or undertone of like a sexual energy or a arousing energy or a flirty kind of romantic energy, because the Ace of Cups then follows the Ace of Wands. So you kind of know how to balance it out. You know how to make it playful and kind of fun and almost, innocent in a way, but also sensual and kind of sexy in a way. The way you communicate is sexy. You could have a sexy voice. You could have a very attractive tone. The way that you speak, the way you enunciate your words, the energy you give when you speak, the way you express yourself, maybe in your body language, like maybe you talk with your hand, or it's a certain way you might tilt your head, or, the way you use your body to communicate, the way that you express yourself in every form is your flirtation style. Like, the right approach to take. You know how to sit. You know how to use your hands to express yourself when you're getting a point across. You know how to listen, because with the Empress coming out and the Page of Pentacles, this is a listening, this is learning, especially with the Queen of Swords. This is an energy of someone who likes to learn and likes to listen and take in information. So people could also be drawn to the fact that you listen really well and you hear them and you let them know you hear them and you may respond. With the Queen of Swords, this is mental energy, right? So this is like a healing energy, because this could be someone who understands the mind and they're emotionally intelligent and emotionally balanced and mentally intelligent and balanced. So this is someone who knows how to get in someone's head, right? So they also know how to help heal through communications and heal the mind, the mental state. And then with the Empress being a nurturing energy, people could find healing in the communication, and that could also draw them in. You can maybe create a safe space for people when they're interacting with you, and people might find themselves being able to be vulnerable with you in a way that they aren't with others, because the Queen of Swords is a very unbiased judge of character. She tells it like it is, she calls it like it is, but in an unbiased way. And so people could feel like they're safe to open up to you. And with this Empress energy, you offer healing. With the Queen of Swords, you offer understanding. So there's a perfect balance. Like with this Ace of Pentacles, this Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups energy of the sexual, sensual energy and communication and expression, coupled with the casual kind of flirty, loving undertone, romantic undertone with the Ace of Cups, you strike a beautiful balance. And with the Page of Pentacles, it's also the way that it signifies you develop communication, right? Because the Page of Pentacles is developing. It's right before you take action to go into something. So you have a nurturing and loving approach with people. Like, you probably approach, when you're flirting, your first initial approach is probably in a very divine feminine way, right? So you may be someone, because the Queen of Swords is also casual. So you may be someone that kind of sits back in a very sensual, beautiful, sexy, or a beautiful and kind of feminine way, because the Page of Pentacles is a non-moving energy, but one that kind of manifests in, and the Empress is also an energy of manifesting in what they want. So your initial approach is to kind of sit and observe, maybe, and kind of draw attention into yourself by just being in your natural aura and allowing your energy to speak for itself. And then with the Queen of Swords, you kind of develop and draw that energy in, and then you open up this communication. And then now people are getting a glimpse into your mind. First, they get a feeling of your energy, and then it draws them in, and then they get a feeling of your mind and your heart space in a way because of how healing and nurturing you come across. So when people are communicating with you and flirting with you, again, they could see you like wifey material. They could see you like someone that would be a great wife and mother. Because the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck represents a loving union, passionate, or I'm sorry, a loving proposal and marriage card. Okay, and then the Ace of Cups at the end of the deck is a new romantic connection. The Ace of Wands, passionate connection. So these people could not only be physically, sexually, and passionately drawn to you, but they could also be romantically drawn to you. Like it goes beyond just a physical attraction into like a loving attraction where they could see like, wow, you would be a great, even if they don't tell you this, these people are seeing this energy. So it's your communication though, especially the way you express yourself is very captivating. And you could be aware of that because when you're the Empress, you are very intuitive. So you may also know what topics to go into with people. You may know what approach and what form of communication and expression to use with different people that you are flirting with because or that you want to attract in. Because with the Empress and the Queen of Swords, both energies are intuitive. One is intuitive in her energy and the way she projects out, and the other one is intuitive in her speech and her communication and the way she projects it out through words and her expression. So you could be a sapiosexual, right? Like you could be attracted to intellect and intellectual deep conversations, especially with the Queen of Swords, because she's interested in what goes deep. She's interested in depth. She's interested in uncovering the deepness and the darkness of things and like cutting it out and balancing it out in a way, neutralizing it. Um, and then the people that you attract in could also be sapiosexual. So they're attracted to that Queen of Swords energy as well because they love the deep conversations. People may love talking to you. People may start out having a quick, casual, flirty conversation with you. But like with this Ace of Wands, it goes into a deep direction. Like it can turn into something deep, something passionate, some passionate conversation or intense conversation. It could even go down the route of a sexual conversation, right? Also, with the Queen of Swords energy, with this energy, it also could suggest that you are not someone who is afraid to communicate with another person, that you're attracted to them. Because the Queen of Swords is very clear thinking and clear speaking. She says what's on her mind. She doesn't have fears or doubts or anxiety about it. But maybe you express it in a way that could be assertive, but because the Empress is coming out, it still may come across as very divine, feminine energy. So you are able to communicate and be assertive, but also set boundaries and still exude a feminine energy. And that flirtation style coupled together is magnetizing. It draws people into you. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm getting. You may be someone that will tell somebody outright you're attracted to them, or you like to take them out, or you like to go out with them. You are very forthcoming, and I think that this may catch people off guard because with the divine feminine energy of the Empress first drawing them in, and then you being very forward and assertive and setting boundaries and stern, it's a polar opposite. And I think it may kind of take people by surprise, but it may also arouse them and excite them and draw them in even deeper. But that is your flirtation style. That's how you flirt with others, whether you know it or not. And I'm going to leave your reading there. If it resonated, please feel free to like, subscribe, let me know in the comments section. And if you're interested, you can return to my channel for other topics, other videos, and other readings. Thank you.